Welcome back, dweebs, to another episode of the Weekly Dweeb. Here we are. We made it. We were just talking shop beforehand, and we got a little carried away, Kev. Kev, how are we doing tonight, my friend?
I am fantastic. Just a trigger warning to the entire audience. I didn't finish my coffee at work this afternoon, so now y'all are about to be dealing with an overly caffeinated Kev for this hour of the day. So maybe a little jolt of energy coming your way on a Monday. I needed a lot of coffee after 5 hours of streaming yesterday. Thank you to the dweebs who hung out with us.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I didn't know he was streaming yesterday. Didn't tell me.
Well, it was a kind of an impromptu thing. I was working on this true crime adjacent video, and then as some of you probably know, the Hawk Tua crypto scheme broke. Everybody found out about how she rug pulled people for millions of dollars, and so I just said, "Hey, screw it."
To a girl who gave her $1 million. She wasn't worth anything.
That's what I'm saying. Jake Paul partnership, nothing to see here, pal. So didn't quite fit our dweeb aesthetic, so I just fired up a solo stream over on my channel, and wouldn't you know it, there were a ton of dweebs in the chat keeping me company. Had a
we love
ton of fun doing that. And the true crime part, I may have to revisit that very soon. So you know what? I'm a little behind the 8 ball. We had a little too much fun on Sunday, James, but other than that, I'm great. How was your weekend, my friend?
Not too bad, kid. I was in a wedding this weekend, so I was really busy. So I've been pretty behind on everything. Axel, what's up?
Hey, what up, Axel?
Our fans.
We do remember you. How has it been? Been a minute.
What's going on?
Welcome back.
Headbug says it was so good. So, Kev, I told you I got a new screen here for Black Friday, so my settings are all goofy. I've not decided if I like how it's set up or not yet. So, Axel, Headbug in the chat, let me know. I haven't decided if I like this yet. My camera's right here now. I don't look directly at it anymore.
I'm enjoying this moment because unlike in real life, I am now just a little taller than James in this setup.
He is. I am taller than him in real life, but the way I have this set up, I am like I need StreamYard to be able to lift me up.
I'm not as short as I appear to be. I'm pretty average height.
No, Kev is pretty normal height. Yeah,
that's some taller than I expected. Feedback. Yeah, James, not the first person to tell me you're taller than I expected. I was like, do I have small guy energy? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know. I just always assumed you were short.
Yeah, he's a little guy. What up?
Maul, we got the people are here.
Maul is here. Let's go.
What is going on, Maul? What do we got going on here? What is going on, Harles?
We love short kings.
Short kings, eggs and short kings. Got quite a bit of just random shit to talk about tonight, Kev. So I want to start with something I know you are very excited about. So I just got a screen share. I got to mess around with this. Gonna be it's all the same. Good. That's good. 2, not 1, but 2 new Evil Dead movies are currently in the works. One of them being directed by Sebastian Vanasek. I might say that wrong. And is titled Evil Dead Burn. You've got the picture of the front of the script there. What are your thoughts here, Kev?
I am very excited about this one. Cards on the table, gang. Huge Evil Dead nerd over here. Sam Raimi is a bit of an idol of mine as far as just like one of the filmmakers that I really look up to. If you don't know the story behind the making of the Evil Dead trilogy, it's very interesting. I will spare you all the gory details now, but he was another guy that was kind of just doing his own thing back in the 70s. An incredibly low budget film, The Evil Dead was. That's one of the reasons why Evil Dead 2 is sort of a rehashing of the first one. It's like, oh, this time we have money. Let's do what we would have done in the first one if we had money. And then, of course, the third one goes kind of full slapstick. And that takes me to what I like about the remakes of the Evil Dead. And this will touch on potentially something we speak about later as well. If you're going to do a remake of something, rather than just essentially reskin it and try to cash in on the IP, like this is the Evil Dead, I think it was 2015 was when the remake came out. It is a very different vibe. It's a much more serious film. And for my taste, I'm always going to prefer the original, but I really like the fact that they were trying to do something different. There's a subplot there. I don't know if I want to call it a subplot, but there's a theme there. One of the main characters in the remake is a recovering addict, and so you've got that theme going on with her sort of relapsing out in the woods. Just a darker. It's hard to say it's more dark than the Evil Dead, but the Evil Dead had those the comedy aspects that just made it more of a dark comedy at times than 2013, thank you, than a true horror film, whereas this run of things is going more for the true horror film aesthetic and feel. And so I'm interested in it. I think it's got a lot of potential. I don't know, but I don't hate the title. At least it's not Evil Dead 5, So I will take what I can get on the title fronts. But what up, Kang, by the way, and David, hello. And James, what about you? I went to see it after college class ended that day. LOL. Let's go. What about you? To do anything for
this?
You?
This is more your territory. I'm not an Evil Dead person. I'm indifferent. I've probably watched them, but it just don't know much about them, so I'll kind of leave this in your territory. I love a good horror movie. Good horror movies are extremely hard to do. It's always been my thing. Good horror movies are awesome. So if you're excited, Kev, I'm excited. Not my style, or just not. I just haven't. I just don't remember watching.
Yeah, sure, and it would be. I mean, I agree with Kang and Harl. So was it Kang says Evil Dead fucks? I absolutely agree with that. It is amazing. Ash Campbell in his campy superhero self, especially by the third one, it's really played out, and I love it. But it's got its own vibe to it. Like it's very campy. The demons are equally horrifying and then sometimes funny. They're absolute maniacs. And then on top of that, when it's a low budget film and then you see
let's pause for a second.
Bruce Campbell. What did I say?
Yeah, he said Ash Campbell. It's like Ash Ketchum making
Bruce Campbell. Ash is
Ketchum fucking making a pit stop in the fucking.
My God.
Evil Dead movies, a crossover Pokemon
I need more of the Bruce Campbell. Did I have a stroke? I'm smelling toast.
You lost it there for a little bit.
But he does a great job in his role. It's well acted, especially considering the rest of them. I don't know. I don't remember any of them. He's the main star, but also just the realistic effects. The effects are nuts. They do some crazy stuff. So it's just all over the place. I love that movie. But yeah, if you don't like traditional horror movies, it might actually work for you pretty well. Because there are some moments, but for the most part, I don't know necessarily that Evil Dead is a movie that scares you as much as it's just a very fun ride. And just although there's a pretty gross scene out in the woods, we don't talk about that. I'm all caught up now. Show a little Bruce Specht.
Ash Ketchum fighting a load of ghastly. That's exactly it. It's like Gengar and all of them. Yeah. I'll roll back to a comment back here real quick on a different front. Jeremy Allen White has been cast as Rhoda in the Mandalorian movie. I saw Darth Maul's. I've been researching this while you were talking Evil Dead.
Ooh.
And this is, in fact, true. I guess since it's breaking news, we'll talk about it here. If we have any more, we'll discuss it on Wednesday on Han Shot First. But Jeremy Allen White joins the Mandalorian Grogu movie as Rhoda the Hutt, Jabba's son.
Let's go.
Confirmation, just confirmed. Star of the Bear. Yeah, he's playing Rhoda the Hutt, son of the Jabba the Hutt,
who runs a restaurant on a dive bar in Tatooine.
The Bear.
Right? That's what he does. Yeah,
the Bear is actually on Tatooine. So shouts out Maul for dropping this one. Oops, my fault.
Yeah.
I just clicked that time.
Breaking news, Darth Maul.
Breaking news. This was 20 minutes ago.
They get to have Jeremy Allen White in Star Wars, and this is who they cast him as. I mean,
yeah.
That is a good point too. Was this his choice? Right? Like,
I'd love to know where this came from. Like,
who would you fantasy cast him as, James? Would you?
I don't know. Maybe a human.
A human? Maybe. Would you go Jedi or Sith? Like, would you make him a Force wielder?
I've not watched The Bear. It's on my list of shows I need to. I've watched him in, what is the Netflix show that he was in with the family that lived in Southside Chicago? I had it. It starts with an S, doesn't it?
Shameless.
So I really like him. Darth Maul says he cast him as a bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter. I like that. I love Harl's comment about the Gene Wilder lookalike. That is so uncanny. It kind of creeps me out.
Yeah.
How much they look alike. I will have you all know that Bruce Campbell did play a character by the name of Ashley J. Williams in the Evil Dead franchise. Ash for short. So everybody needs to get off my back. All right. I just got the character's first name and the real person's last name, and I merged them together. Okay.
It's whatever, Ash Campbell.
I just need more coffee. I'm so glad this guy is going to be a Hutt. I'm just trying to picture, like, is he going to go full Colin Farrell with the bodysuit? And they're just going to have him be like really young. Like, is he going to be the one athletic Hutt where he's just like, yeah, I rejected the family curse. You know?
Yeah. He's like,
I don't like my dad. My dad's a scrub, dude. I'm a fitness bro. Right. That's true. They had Timothy. That's right. And you had G. Wilder Jr. right here. Crazy.
He was right there. Harl's didn't exist to me. I've never watched it. I've heard it was no good. I'm cool. Stu is in the chat. He made it. I think he made it a little bit ago, and I missed him. If you like what you're watching, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that fun stuff. The march to 500 continues. Or the call to action. I don't fucking know what they call these things.
Yeah, we're marching.
Stu is here about 12 minutes in. Good for him. Makes the second Bear cast member in Star Wars, because remember, we also had Ethan Moss, Baccarat in Star Wars as well. Yep. Tusa Soupsa. That would be not. Heard the Bear's awesome. I've never watched it. I've heard it's awesome.
Have we? Forgive me if you've heard this one before, but just for all interested parties, I will never watch The Bear. So that one, we help me, James. You're my only hope if it comes to reviewing that on the channel, because as a veteran of many kitchens, as someone who at one point owned his own kitchen business inside a bar, the last thing I ever want to do when I'm trying to kick back.
Kev, what haven't you done? What haven't you done, bud?
Is be reminded of the most stressful times of my life. So I get it. He's probably great at it. I'm sure he's spot freaking on.
It's just one of those things. We're not going back.
Yeah, the clips that I've seen hit it very close to home. So I'm sure he's great, but I won't be watching that show anytime soon. But I hear it's phenomenal. I've had multiple friends
Heard
tell
it's
me,
awesome.
you gotta do it, Kev. You gotta suck it up. And I said, no, I will not.
I said no. I ain't doing
Not
it.
today.
Axel, Gene Wilder is Willy Wonka in the White Man Blazing Saddles. Old Willy Wonka.
Is it triggering
Very
for
old.
you? Talk about, I used to have nightmares
Blazing
about a
Saddles.
ticket printer that would never stop going off. I don't want to go back. I'm never going back.
I never want to go back. I'm not doing it. I look up Even Moss. I can't get the picture in my head. Oh yeah, he's awesome. Also, yeah, he was he was in Rogue One or Andor. Yep, he's awesome.
And Young Frankenstein, love it.
Patriarchy.
Hey, let's be a little light on that kind of talk today, okay? It's a little shaky between the proletariat and the bourgeoisie. All right, we're skating on a little thin ice right now.
Last restaurant I work at, I'd hear phantom timers when I went home at night.
Yeah,
that's fucking brutal.
I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, there were times I would dream all night that I was in the middle of a busy kitchen rush, and then you'd wake up and you know what I mean? Your 8 hours of sleep you just spent back at work. It was horrible. Man, more power to you if you have the stomach to continue at that. I got to a point where I realized I needed to switch gears. I couldn't afford to lose any more hair.
Yeah, a lot of Gene Wilder.
Love me some Gene Wilder.
Yeah. Earth Fair.
Nobody parties like line cooks. That is
Waiting? The movie Waiting with Dane Cook.
I would say Waiting, one of the most accurate movies I've ever seen. Clientele is all rich pricks. Oh, even better. Yeah. Oh God, that makes it worse. A lot of times if you're working at some kind of bar, sports bar, something like that, nothing that's fine dining, you'll have your pricks, but a lot of it are just people that are taking shit all day that kind of just want to be left alone. So it was a better balance. But when you're working at the rich establishment, you're gonna deal with just a lot more shitheads, aren't you? Oh, I just shouldn't have said that. No, CEOs are awesome.
Smaller Whole Foods.
Very good.
Whole Foods.
Smaller Whole Foods, a more niche Whole Foods. You poor soul. My God.
How niche can we get?
How many of your clientele were walking into the store saying, "Oh, sorry, I'm at the place now," just like announcing to the world, "Oh yeah, I'm at the vegan organic store, just so you know." Oh, is this why you called me? Mm-hmm. Yeah, gotta go. God, man. I'm glad you got out. Okay.
Mall, no problem whatsoever. We love a breaking news. We're never going to do breaking news. Never going to do that. So we appreciate it. Hey, Kanglope, that's a win. That's a win for you.
Hell yeah, there you go. It's all worth something. I got this thing that's kind of like Whole Foods.
Right.
And back to Whole
Foods. Go ahead.
I was just going to say thank you, Maul, for bringing us the news. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have seen that. I missed it. Speaking of Whole Foods, this has nothing to do with Whole Foods except whole rabbits. PETA is on the prowl again. They're out and about because they just can't help themselves.
Segue of the year. James slides one in the 11th hour.
Whole rabbits.
Speaking of Whole Foods,
they're mad. PETA's always
in your
mad.
face.
PETA gets mad. They're always mad about something. They are protesting a screening of Harl's new favorite movie, Nosferatu, due to film depicting rats as harbingers of death.
Oh, whoops.
A human is no more likely to be harmed or killed by a rat in real life than by a vampire. That's bullshit, because guess what, Kev? You can't be killed by a vampire because they're not fucking real. So, automatically not true.
Tell that to Gene Wilder, who's pretending to be someone else now.
Headbug did post. I'm glad Headbug reminded me. She posted some stats to discredit this. So let me pull these.
That's right. She went like full Mel Kiper.
Yep.
Like Todd. I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Todd.
Been millions and millions of lives taken at the hands of rats. Certain things like the bubonic plague. Okay.
Yep. She mentions the bubonic plague, leptospirosis. I said that wrong. Or your big standard salmonella, which is carried by rats. So technically, rats don't kill you, but the diseases they do carry you. Actually, 10 million people in the last century have been killed by rats. Where are the stats on vampire killings? 10 million to 0 seems quite a bit different.
I mean, if you throw Vlad the Impaler in there,
she drops a picture of the stat. 10 million people have died from rodent-borne illnesses in the past century. Although rodents are not a daily health risk, there's a great potential for rodents to transmit disease to you and your family. Suck on that, PETA.
What a weird thing to get upset about.
Yeah.
That would be like, I just couldn't imagine, scientists getting up in arms if a movie comes out where aliens are bad guys. And they're like, no, that's so hurtful, you guys. What aliens might be picking up our frequencies, and what if they're offended by the fact that you made them a villain?
Yeah, like what are we doing here, guys? Like,
no purple aliens will ever come visit because they're gonna think we think they're Thanos. Why would you do that?
Like,
it's just like they're movies, dude. Are you an idiot?
Yeah.
Don't answer that, PETA. What the fuck, dude? This is what you're protesting. This is where your energy is best spent.
Yeah, there's
rats and Nosferatu.
You can absolutely be bit by a rat. You cannot be bit by a vampire. Even though some people are going to tell you they identify as a vampire. It's not true. They're not.
Well, and this is not a modern piece, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, unless this is Tim Burton's Nosferatu, which takes place in modern day Gotham. I assume that this movie is set like somewhere between 100 and 200 years ago, which would again, to go back to the stats, be in line with a time where at the very least, if rats weren't currently an issue, they had been at some point, probably in recent human memory. So like it fits the theme of what is, I don't know. This is, I'm glad I don't have that much time to spend on Twitter because Lord knows what
1922, actually. So rats were definitely a fucking problem back then.
Oh yeah.
Murderous rats.
That's crazy talk.
When did what are they talking about? Is there can we vote to defund them? Like there was the defund the police movement. Like I want to defund PETA.
Defund PETA.
I feel like this is something a lot of people could get on board with.
I don't know that they I don't know how much more funds they'll be raising if these are the hills they choose.
I don't think you should die on the hill with rats. I think that's a hill that's wouldn't go that one.
It took this segment for me to finally realize how flawed my take on the Dinosaur Justice League was. Now I get it. Okay. Yeah. You can't yearn for too much realism in your movie films. Okay. It's just turn your brain off and enjoy the rat movie, PETA.
I mean, this.
Oh, good. That's great.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
Yep.
Sons of bitches. Support your local rescues and shelters. I would shout out to that. Ooh. Goddamn. Yeah. So suck on that, PETA. Just because you can't remember anything from the previous century. You've got a whole 24 years, and that's about all you got.
We have no way to remember that. The internet didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that? Theirs.
Go to Wikipedia and donate $2 of your dollars to them, by the way, because I feel like at this point, Wikipedia is doing more good for humanity or even animals, maybe. So next time, before you get all bent out of shape and protest something stupid, just Google search it first and probably help. So you can say, oh wow, rats were pretty wild back then. Now I get it now.
Yeah.
Won't someone please think of the rats?
Read. I don't know if they know how to read. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't know.
This to me is brain worms. Like, I think is the
It's
closest.
just so stupid, man. Get a life. Go watch a movie. Go laugh a little bit. Fucking hell.
It's
So
like
stupid.
it's like, oh man, it's crazy, dude. I can't wait. What I'm gonna find something, James, in one of these other segments to get unrealistically upset about and protest. You just wait. I'm ready.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Can't wait. Yeah, so they're done. What else do we got here? Let's see here. Let's talk. Do we want to watch the new Invincible trailer, or do we want to go talk awards show debauchery right now?
Ooh, that is a very good question. Why not a little preview review? We can do that.
All right, let's do that. We have a shout out Headbug for dropping this in the preview review tab. I then proceeded to drop it in the weekly dweeb tab like a moron today because my brain is mush today. Over the weekend, Invincible Season 3, the first trailer dropped. So let's fucking watch this shit, huh? How about that? You know the name of the game. This is preview review, where we are reviewing just this preview, not our excitement for the new season, anything like that. Just this episode or just this trailer. Any thoughts, Kev? Have you seen anything yet? I have not.
There was one little teaser, I believe, that I've seen. I haven't seen anything from this though. There may be there might be some stuff reused, but no, this is the first time for me.
All right, we've got review for the season 3, the first trailer. I think this comes out in the spring, so a little bit here. Let's see what we got here.
Over the last 90 days, Mark's speed has increased 65%, his endurance 70%, and his strength 138%.
Fuck me! Way to make a fellow superhero feel inadequate. Glad it's not leg day.
You feel like trying out those new muscles of yours?
Sir, we have intense geological events all over the country.
Fallen in Nebraska. We made it.
Sinclair. He turned people into monsters.
You don't waste people like that. You reform them. You killed Angstrom Levy. Should I lock you up too?
You know that was different.
Mark, we can be the good guys, or we can be the guys that save the world. We can't be both.
You, Cecil.
Kid Omni-Man is here!
He told me the O was for Oliver.
Cecil, I can never trust you with either Mark or Oliver's lives, no matter what.
Ouch.
Oliver, you gotta look out for other people.
You guys are in big trouble!
Oh, you want to call for help? Too bad.
Oh,
You're outnumbered and outclassed.
And out of luck.
And now I say something.
With you on our side, we can win this war. I'm not on anyone's side. I disgraced my people. So help me, Mark, and whatever that other kid's name is, stop the Empire.
interesting.
What are you hiding here?
The White Room is for my protection.
Protection from what?
All that Sabretooth thing's back.
From you, Mark.
Fucking Cecil.
Oh, why are you showing me this?
Is that all you got?
Oh, it's probably a training.
I will never work for you again. We're done.
It's time for a change.
In more ways than one.
You look amazing!
I don't
Are
know.
we speed running
That was
this
a little
thing?
serious.
Dude, this comic is like 1,000 pages. I feel like we're halfway
I don't know
through
much
it.
about the comic. Do you? But you can comment on this more.
I mean, I'm not an expert on it. I have Compendium 1 and 3. 2 wasn't available when I got them, so that has kept me from reading the whole thing. But I have some knowledge of it, and it just it feels like it's just moving pretty. Like it doesn't need to move as fast as it.
Yeah,
as far as the trailer goes, they showed me too much.
Yeah, I mean, Axel hits it on the head, so it sure looks like Mark's gonna be on his own. Is it going to happen right away throughout the season? I don't know. I just, man, they feel like they spoiled a lot of his stuff in that trailer.
Yeah, it leads me to believe it's hopefully some kind of misdirection. But even that whole conversation, if you want to show that Omni-Man is going to be around, but
Yeah.
like
I think we
if
both
they're
agree
already
that
having him help out, like it. What?
I think we both agree we want Omni-Man back. He's better for the show. I think they showed a lot, man. Like I didn't want to see the White Room stuff. Like we know Cecil was making those people. I don't need to see them fighting. And maybe it's a complete bait and switch type deal. But I don't. And then I worry too, Hedberg right here. Stop showing us made plot points and action scenes. Yeah, I didn't like that. And then a lot of forced jokes. I worry about his little brother. His little brother's aged up quite a bit. I mean, obviously, they talk about him aging fast.
Yeah.
But he's just a baby, so this will be his first real main part in the show, and I worry about that a little bit.
Yeah, that I agree with you. I don't know what that dynamic is going to be, but Mark still doesn't always know what the hell he's doing. Like in a lot of ways, Mark is still the dumb kid version of Mark. We're not talking about the middle-aged, like seasoned veteran, all of this stuff that he's gone through where it just, again, Oliver doesn't feel necessary right now. Not to say that you couldn't get there. Like, I'm not saying like these are things that shouldn't have made the show. I'm kind of wondering how many seasons before they're out are they trying to speed run the overall story and just kind of hit the highlights? Because I just felt like from what they showed, if that is the route that they go, maybe it's just a bit of a red herring, a misdirection. But if they're gonna have Omni-Man come back and team up with them in this season, to me that just feels like that would be a season away, maybe, before they would do something like that. Like you would keep him as the ultimate badass type of villain that he would be, rather than have him come back and have, like, if they're going to bring all the Viltrumites into Earth in this season and have them do that kind of stuff already. There's so many characters, there's so many subplots, and they've done really cool stuff with some of them. So I don't know. It seems like it's moving pretty fast for me.
I agree. Zero didn't build that trailer up at all to you. Maybe you build that trailer up and then show Cecil and Mark fighting at the end. Maybe the cave scene there, the hidden base, but the whole time it's a lot, man. I don't. Axel just wants to see how J.K. Simmons and Seth Rogen.
I will.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I can't wait just to see the scenes where those two, like, to hear those two go back and forth is going to be great.
Awesome.
I do look forward to that.
It's the show's better with Omni-Man in it for sure.
But you can do stuff with him. That's kind of what I'm saying. You can do stuff with him without him coming back to the good guy side. There's a whole big old universe that this show has really only scratched the surface of. There are other worse people. Like, he could go do things, and then again, you could set it up in a way where he can have his own off-world adventures. He doesn't necessarily need to be a good guy to be put in a situation where he's got to take out a bunch of folks. He could end up on the wrong planet and have to fight his way out. Like, you could do interesting things with him, keep him involved, and still build up towards that ultimate showdown. Because that's my thing. It's just sort of, I don't know, for me, that is going to be near the peak of it. Like, once it's just sort of, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. So if they're going there already,
go maybe do his own thing for a while, explore his psyche, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, like, and have a reason to decide to be a good person instead. Like, he could have a whole character arc. It'd be wild.
It'd be really cool, but
I used to do that.
I don't know. That was bad.
Oh, Sleek, good point with the Penguin too. Yeah.
Didn't like that trailer. It's one of my. There's a really funny Harl's quote up here. I don't know if you saw this. I guess the last Invincible footage was done by porn animators.
What?
But the consensus is I've seen is bring back the perverts.
Oh, I missed that one. Oh my goodness, it was difficult to Google when I was remembering Twitter.
They switched animation studios. Let's see, Invincible switches animation studios. Let's see. Let's see if I can find any more on this.
Do you think Omni-Man will be demoted to an extra again? It kind of, I don't know. It feels that way. Again, that's why I'm not loving the idea of bringing him back into the fold with the main characters again. If Seth Rogen's character, I can't remember the aliens character, if he gets his way, I don't like bringing him back there. I felt like as long as he's imprisoned or whatever, he's got his whole, any number of things could happen. And we've been watching a lot of Star Wars shows every Wednesday. They escape prison cells all the time in those shows. So I could imagine you could get some mileage out of the prison that would hold Omni-Man and him trying to get out versus all those resources. You could do a whole bunch of stuff, but if they bring back the multiverse stuff, maybe that could be where they're going with it. Like that could explain moving some of this stuff along if they're going to open it up and just bring a whole bunch of shit out. I'm really not sure where they're going with it now because this trailer threw me for a loop. This is an odd one, James. Very rarely in our show or in any preview reviews do we have something that I'm genuinely looking forward to without any trailer. Like I would have been more excited about this if I hadn't watched that. I would have been like, oh yeah, it's Invincible. I like Invincible. It's going to be good. Now I'm
that actually made me not as excited for it. But it also didn't they have the weird preview trailer? Didn't they do something goofy that we watched?
Yeah, remember with him and Cecil in like a diner or something? That was what I at the very beginning when I was referencing the teaser.
Sorry, I've been reading over here. Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I've been jumping. I'm trying to think. It's tough to find.
No, that's fine. Darth Maul just hit us with some more breaking news that I'm going to save. We will hit that.
Whoa!
That's wild, absolutely wild. They should play like Rick and Morty did. Break out the first episode, then give everyone one of the worst seasons of television. Oh my God! Yep, that was I think that was the end of it for me. I've got our dear buddy Lou. I think still has watched them all, but I fell off the Rick and Morty train right around then. Oh, what a great episode too. Okay, so while you look that up, this news. Thank you again.
Yeah,
Darth Maul,
he's right.
By The Wrap. Chris Evans is cast in Avengers Doomsday.
Fucking dropping bombs today, Darth.
Holy cow.
Let's see. Chris Evans is returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as part of cast for Avengers Doomsday.
Ooh.
Evans will be involved in some capacity, but the extent and exact nature of his role is unknown. Let's see.
Ooh. How do we feel, gang? That's what, Axel asks. Wait, Steve is back? Or I assume
I don't know.
Would be Steve Rogers. I don't think they would do the Fantastic Four thing anywhere, spoiler alert, outside of
any farther along. Yeah, that'd be too much.
I wouldn't think so, but wow. I have mixed feelings about this one, James. Darth is hyped. I am very much at least half hyped. Dude is
very intrigued. The question is he Captain America, or are they going to do, like, we still don't know how Robert Downey Jr. is going to play Dr. Doom. Is he a variant of Tony Stark? Is it just happenstance they look the same? We don't really know anything about that. So, like, could Chris Evans come in and play some wild variant? Like, because his version of Captain America is old and withered at this point.
Is Joe Biden.
Yes. Except
look at it. You've never seen him in the same room, have you?
Sleepy Joe.
Listen here, Jack. But I think, and the headbook says it's going to be Steve Rogers. Human Torch is already cast, and that is fair. They may do the multiverse type stuff, but okay. So I will get my feelings out here briefly. Very hyped to have Steve Rogers, Captain America, back. One of, if not my personal favorite, as far as the MCU goes. Love Iron Man. I think Robert Downey Jr. is a very solid Iron Man, but I think if of all of these characters, if there's one where I'm just sort of like, I have a hard time recasting, it would be recasting anyone else as Steve Rogers. I think
he would be hard, man.
Is phenomenal at it. However, is it not a little, are we concerned at all that in order to get this thing back on track, we had to bring back the Russos on $1 trillion or whatever. We had to put Robert Downey Jr. in a new mask, and now we're bringing back Steve Rogers. It just sort of makes me feel like anything outside of these Avengers movies is still going to be pretty bad, because it doesn't sound like anybody has any ideas, no new ideas at least. We're now banking on Robert Downey and Chris Evans to just carry this fucking movie for us. And I'm here for it on the nostalgia side or whatever. But as far as does Marvel actually have their shit together, I don't know that this makes me feel any better about what their plan is, if they indeed have one. But I'll take Captain America either way. What about you, James?
I'm excited for it. I think you hit it on the old head there. Is there any worry that they have to bring these guys back? They can't do this forever. They can't afford them forever. God, there's a lot of comments here. Darth Maul asked, do we really know if Steve is dead? We don't. We're just told, he's aged out. Like we see him at the end of the Avengers movie. Old Steve would be interesting. Thor's already in it. I love the idea of a bunch of different variants in the battle world in Doomsday. Or what are the two? It's Doomsday, and what's the other one? I can't even fucking remember. The one where they're going to do battle world is one I'm intrigued by the most.
Hulk and Thor confirmed, Headbug says.
I mean, it's just a repurposing the Avengers.
Yeah, Mo, I'm with you there. Like I'm a big fan of just seeing him back as Captain America. I am still
I'm cool with it. Like I'm not mad about it. I just I don't know. We'll see. Again, I still think the MCU got really, really fucked when
I am Steve Rogers.
When the Black Panther actor passed away, that I completely drawing a blank on that.
Chadwick Boseman.
Now
I'm nervous. I feel like I'm going to get every name wrong. Like I'm going to call him T'Challa Boseman.
Yeah, right. I don't
know, but I'm getting close.
I don't know, man. Spider-Man is in Doomsday. That is confirmed. He will be a part of it. The Marvels I don't want them in Doomsday. They're no good. I don't care about that. Fantastic Four will be in. You're going to get a ton of variants. I got a long ways to go to get me excited for this movie. The MCU has fallen on very hard times right now.
I think we'll get Hawkeye too. I think everyone confirmed, or Headbug confirmed the other two. I assume we'll get Hawkeye. He's like the most. How do I put this?
I think
the most economical of all those actors to bring back, right? Would be Jeremy Renner, as long as they can afford to pay for his app.
Right. Will Logan and Wade be in this movie? Not confirmed. It would not surprise me, man. The amount of money those two just made Disney, it's going to be hard for them to not do it.
I actually saw something that I think Variety posted, so forgive me while I look at my phone here, gang. But I think it was Variety. But anyway, I will just paraphrase it since they tweet a lot. Ryan Reynolds has recently said that he sees Deadpool's future in the MCU as a side character. So he seems to be hinting that he would be involved in some of the larger ensemble bits. So I think the one that he mentioned specifically, I believe, is like the Gambit movie. I think he mentions, wanting to help him out in that one. But I can't imagine they would bring Logan and Wade into the Disney side. If they bring them into the MCU, do that movie, have it be successful, and then not have that there to cash in on. I don't know that he'll be in all of them, but for sure they're going to be in at least one of them, right?
I would think so. I think they almost have to be. They're not. It's too much money. Like they're not going to let it happen.
Yeah, that's exactly. It'll print money, so there's no way they won't do it. Is my thought.
Is Secret Wars still the next Avengers movie after Doomsday? I know they read. I can't fucking remember what they did with these movies.
X-Men will be prevalent too in Secret Wars. Yes. At first, I read that as Star Wars, right? Yeah. And I was like, "Yay! There's our Cyclops joke again."
They can fucking save Star Wars right now. Although, Skeleton Crew was good. First 2 episodes were fun. So we'll hold out hope.
So far, dude, and Scott Summers' daughter is kicking ass out there.
Yeah. Let's see here. Avengers, Doomsday, Spider-Man 4. It is still Secret Wars. Okay, so Secret Wars is probably the one with Battle World. Yes. Doomsday is going to be Doom exploding the world.
Yes, Secret Wars for more Logan. Darth says.
I think.
Right.
I think so. Star Trek Wars is right,
dude. That's what we're gonna get. That's my biggest fear.
I would love Spider-Man and Deadpool on those 2 versions on screen together.
One of my favorite comic runs, I think, Spider-Man and Deadpool. Honestly, partially responsible for the creation of this channel. One of the first things Lou and I ever did was cover the Deadpool Spider-Man comic run. I don't even think that those were so low quality recordings. I don't even think they exist anymore. But that I don't know if a movie with the 2 of them as leads would work, but I would pay to see it just because it would be great to see the 2 of them, even if it's just for a scene in one of the larger films. That'd be great.
Bring back the Spider-Mobile.
Yeah, bring back the Spider-Mobile, Spider-Buggy, Secret Star Trek Wars. Yes, dude, that's what I'm afraid of. It's going to go Ready Player One, or in I think Ready Player 2, when Ernest Cline really loses his mind, and his main character, good guy, is basically Jeff Bezos, and he buys everything so he can recast. So he can basically do fan fiction, and he puts like Darth Vader in Back to the Future and a bunch of dumb shit. And I'm so afraid that at some point when these 6 companies that own everything finally turn into one, that, you think Freddy versus Jason stuff is bad. It's gonna be like Space Jam 2 everywhere. Dude, gross. He buys everything so he can make Fortnite. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's great. He put it so much better than I did. Darth is on fire today. He's got to get an executive producer credit.
Killing it. He's killing it today.
Breaking news, writing jokes. It's perfect.
We do know that great Hugh Jackman. It is confirmed canon that he's the greatest showman. So do it, you cowards.
That's true. That's true. Remember when Elon Musk was Iron Man? I'm loving chat today. You guys are
killing it. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I don't even know how we follow up with that.
Speaking of shit, you want to talk about a remake of a Stephen King book turned to film that is going out of their way to say we are going with practical effects over VFX, which of course in the modern age was somehow offensive to a bunch of people on Twitter. like, oh, that's offensive to VFX artists. Why would you say you're doing it over VFX? Like, bro, because it's a choice. You choose one or the other. And that's what words mean. Stop being so offended by the simplest little thing. But any hype for you on the Running Man remake, or are you happy to see a sci-fi movie that will, quote, not rely on VFX?
I'm just excited to see, like we're not going to rely on VFX for all this. It's like practical is better. It looks better. Disney Star Wars right now uses the bubble thing, and it always just looks uninhabited, you know?
I mean,
exactly.
I also love practical effects. Like, I enjoyed hearing this. Case in point, okay? And again, I am a biased narrator here in this situation, but John Carpenter's The Thing in what is that, like 82 or something? 40 years ago, that movie was made with all practical effects. The prequel to The Thing, which was very smartly titled The Thing, that was just brilliant to do that. All digital effects, and it took away from the film, in my opinion. It also, because of I think inadvertently, it made the creature less intelligent, because now that they had the ability, or so they thought, to do these transformations and have the thing come out with plenty of light, they didn't have to worry about, oh, these are practical effects, we have to hide some of this, so we're going to keep everything dark, we're going to make it look real. No, it's just a computer generated, so this guy's head can split in 8 different directions and look like absolute shit. So for me, those limitations breed creativity, and I will always take practical over VFX.
The newest Alien movie is a lot of practical stuff.
Yeah, there's a reason so many people. I mean, shit, dude, go like the first Jurassic Park. I still think I would take that over any of the newer ones, and that was some of that was just a big ass animatronic.
So long ago. But yeah, correct.
But it looks real because it was made, and there's real texture to it. And when a actor goes up and touches it, like, it's real. Like you can only simulate so much.
Spot, or a ball on a stick type deal.
Like, to me, virtual effects are brilliant for doing things like you've got Jackie Chan on a wire and you need to erase the wire from the scene, so it looks like he's actually spinning in the air, or whatever the hell it is. My references, as usual, are up to date, but it just becomes a crutch that people lean on far too heavily. So for me, I love basically everything about this project so far. I like the idea of remaking a movie that had some success, but this isn't, like, I don't know. I feel like this is a kind of a cult classic, The Running Man. It certainly wasn't perfect. I think generally speaking, it gets like a 6.5 out of 10. It's probably a 3 or a 3.5 on Letterboxd. So there's room to improve, certainly. And so to me, if you're going to go back in time and pull from old IPs, this would be on the list of ones that I think would be interesting to do, because it was an old Arnie movie, which, as you can imagine, probably, and I have never read the source material, to be honest with you, but I'm going to go out on a limb, just knowing how Stephen King adaptions normally work out, and the fact that this one had Arnold involved and he made very specific types of movies. I imagine they'll have a better chance to be true to the source material and cover some stuff that they couldn't back then. So I'm all about this. I'm excited for it. Who loves you?
I am. I love Glenn Powell's awesome too. He's slowly becoming one of my favorites. He named his dog Brisket too. What is not to like about this man?
That's a great. Brisket's a good one. I always wanted to have a dog named Biscuit, which is pretty close. I don't think enough people name their dogs after food. I want a golden retriever named Biscuit.
Oh shit. Yeah, pumped. I again, practical over VFX every day of the week. Kev hit on the head. I don't need to double down on it. Kev knows what he's talking about.
I also love the idea of, sorry, one last thing from me that I didn't realize I would even think about, but I love the idea of these 80s sci-fi movies getting remade at the point in time when they thought, you know what, like Running Man takes place in 2019, the original movie. So you know what I mean? So for them to be redoing it now, and then we have a different take on what the future will look like. That's why, despite my personal feelings of not loving Philip K. Dick work being reimagined after he's gone, that's why I couldn't help but be interested by Blade Runner 2049 either, because it was a similar thing. It's like, okay, well, now we're here. We're where you thought, where are all the flying cars?
Now where are we going?
You know? Yeah, now where are we going?
The fucking cars yet. Elon has it his way. We're never getting them.
Does Glenn Powell seem like a knockoff Chris Evans?
Nah, I would have agreed with this years ago, but he's starting to come into his own. I love him. I agree. History is going to love Glenn. History will be on his side for sure.
I'm more of a Glenn Howerton fan myself, but I respect it.
Oreo's a knockoff? Is that a true thing, Harles?
Oh, what? The same way Oreos are a knockoff. What? Ooh. Oh, I think that's the comment on Glenn Powell. Saying Oreos aren't a knockoff, and neither is Glenn Powell. They were called Hydrox. Oh, okay. No, I stand corrected. I think I can understand how Oreo won the brand war there. I don't know if I'd be.
Hydrox is a cream-filled chocolate sandwich cookie. Oh my God, they are.
Right. Appetizing name for a cookie.
Oh my God.
A Hydrox? No wonder no one bought those. It sounds like something you use to clean your clothes or a cut from your finger.
This is
Hydrox.
This is wild.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is theft. Jeez.
Yep. It's the same fucking packaging.
Oh my God.
Wow.
1908.
The more you know. I had no idea.
Yeah. It sounds like a cookie I'd eat to make myself.
Debuted in the United States in 1908. Largely discontinued in 99.
Because of them fucking Oreos.
Oreo was created in 1912 as an imitation of Hydrox.
Oh my God, that's
Oreo passed Hydrox in popularity, which resulted in Hydrox cookies being perceived as many to be as an imitation of the Oreo, except it's the opposite. Fuck.
Dude, okay. You guys ready to make fun of me? We're about to have I was a today years old moment. James, Nabisco is short for the National Biscuit Company. News to me, dude. What?
I didn't know that either.
Makes so much sense. Holy shit. National Biscuit Company. That kind of sounds better to me. I didn't know we had nationalized our biscuits. Or was that like a British thing? They don't call them digestives across the pond.
They call them digestives. We call it X-Laxes. They call them digestives over there. Stu would like, it's perfect time for Stu to let you know that you can, in fact, suggest topics for future shows in the chat or in our Discord. I don't know if I'm sure he's popped the link somewhere. I have no idea where. Come on down. Okay, the all Hydrox debacle. Poor fuckers.
Wow. See this, someone needs to make a documentary on this. I am very invested in knowing about the cookie wars of 1912.
In late August 2008, direct response to 1,300 phone calls as well as an online petition with 1,000 signatures. Hydrox fan website with the essay, "Nonconformists don't eat Oreos."
There we go. Yes.
They came back for a limited time.
Eat Hydrox. That's probably
Christ.
Man, they've got about as many people who signed that as signed the Acolyte thing.
I love British names for things like Spotted Dick. They're not a serious country.
I do. They have the best names for stuff. Yeah, there's Rock Flag and Eagle. Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Enough of you, Hydrox. Kev, last thing we had on deck today. Awards show madness. Hans Zimmer score for Dune 2 has been officially disqualified from the Oscars. Also not eligible for other award ceremonies like the BAFTAs because it repurposed too much. First comment says disqualified because too much of the music from the first film was reused. Like,
How dare you use your own work?
he made it. Like, it's not
How-
repurposing Rihanna's music. Like,
How dare you
I
be
don't know.
referential to your like, could you imagine if like, what if Star Wars had to use a new theme every time the Empire did something? Or what if they had to use a new musical cue every time some desert hobo lifted something with his mind?
Arles.
Could you imagine? Like, what? How is that? My mental image of the average acolyte enjoyer is assassinating apartment eating a steam of hydrox.
And thirsty. God.
I can't even read the last part. Thirsting. Thrusting is just as good, I think. And maybe thrusting too. I don't know.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
but it's a dumb rule, James. It should be canceled out, that rule. I can't even
Yep.
can't understand that one.
Stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. I hate it. Positive news: The Penguin is getting nominated across the board. Golden Globes is limited. It was eligible, nominated for Best Limited Series, Best Actor in a Limited Series, Colin Farrell, Best Actress in a Limited Series, Kristen Milotti. I think that's how you say that, Milotti. So not all bad news. And then
Yeah, for my money, the mom should have gotten some Best Supporting Actress now. And I think there was at least one award show where she got, I don't keep track of too many of these things, only when they do.
Yeah. Do you care? Do they matter?
Like we just talked about, like, what does it matter? They have dumb bullshit metrics. It's really just for them to get together and have their little yearly ball, go over there and talk about how important they are. So I don't care quite as much. To me, it's like it feels very high school reward banquet, right? Like at the end of the year, it's just nobody's there but your teammates and your family. Like, who gives a shit? These guys.
Yeah.
Will Smith had to slap a dude to get anybody to watch it, and that was how many years ago now? So I don't care too much, but I'm happy for the accolades, I guess. More shows like Penguin need to be made. So whatever it takes for that to happen. Well, maybe not whatever it takes, but
and then so you're kind of like me, you don't really give two shits about these award shows, other than they do help sales. Like for video game ones, they help sales, which is good for some. Like I fully expect the Game Awards is Thursday, and I fully expect them to give Game of the Year to fucking the Shadow of Erdtree, the fucking DLC for whatever the fuck that game is. God, I'm drawing blanks.
Elden Ring?
Elden Ring, yeah. Instead, they're going to give it instead of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm going to be so fucking mad. And then on Saturday, they're going to give the Heisman Trophy to Travis Hunter over Ashton Junty, and I'm going to fucking riot.
See? Oh, right here, as if on cue, award shows are circle jerks. Regardless, even in sports too, half the time it does not go to the most deserving party. It goes to the most popular one, or sometimes in the NBA, it won't go to the best player because he's won it too many years in a row, and that's just that's not fair. Yeah. That's not fun. So we got to give it to somebody else less deserving for the parody of it. It's just so the whole thing. It's just nonsense. Everybody has an opinion, and that's fine. That's great. Let's talk about them. But opinion-based awards are dumb for my money.
Spider-Man 2 didn't win last year. Spider-Man 2 is awesome. Yeah, I agree. And now the Game Awards did that stupid bullshit DLC thing where they can be nominated. It's fucking just so Jeff Knightley, I think that's his name, can fucking get whoever he wants. Give this big award to whoever he wants. Big. I put big in quotations. Like,
right.
We can have a dweeb game of the year for all I fucking.
We should do our own awards. Yeah, but it's you're right though. It's mainly, I think, as far as the video game award stuff goes, is there anything more indicative of like the current state of AAA games than the fact that Game of the Year is going to be DLC? Like that's the problem right there laid out for you.
Good. It's not
None
good.
of this stuff this used to be treated as a completed product. These fucking studios and developers used to have to actually make a good game before they could sell anything. Now some of them can sell you on a promise collect money for years and
Star
never
Wars
even fucking
Outlaws.
produce a game.
Oh, there's some of those too. That wasn't Outlaws. Yeah. They fucking GoFundMe it into existence, and then fucking never released the game. It's true. That's our soapbox for tonight, Kev. We did it. Shout out to the chat. You motherfuckers are on fire tonight. We'd love to see it. I can't even get to the top of this.
Big time.
Hell yes.
Ooh,
Arls, Kang, Headbug, Darth Maul, Axel was in there. Sleeks was in there. I'm just scrolling. I don't know. There's I think it might have just been you guys going wild tonight.
Popping off.
I mean, that was a great fucking show. We'll be back Wednesday, 9 p.m. usual. Talking Skeleton Crew again. Another episode comes out tomorrow. Next week, Kev, I'm flying solo next week, right?
Yes. Next week, I will be off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've got to, I'm a reasonable man who's been forced to do unreasonable things, like spend an entire week with his extended family. So I'll be off the grid. I will
next week.
Return to you all well rested and ready to stream. And honestly, to make up for it, you'll probably see a lot more of me this week than usual is in a streaming capacity to get caught up there. But yeah, James will be manning the fort. Yeah, right. Yeah,
I might
be with you guys.
Get some people on to talk shop. I might check in with Johnny, Nate, see what I can scrounge up next week. Otherwise, I'll be flying solo. You mentioned other stuff. What do you got going on the rest of this week, Kev? Where else can these guys find you at?
Oh, well, you can find us on Bite Size Sports on Thursdays at 7, talking NBA and the NFL. James and I are there. Also, Carnage Media is back at it, although unfortunately, I will not be doing play-by-play commentary on this upcoming event on the 14th because I'll be on a plane somewhere. The show must go on. We've got a great pro-am going at Carnage Media, PPV. Easy for me to say, pal. And besides that, you can actually subscribe to my YouTube channel at Kev Nevick. I have been doing some streaming over there. And I will say the next stream is going to be a true crime, a interrogation analysis. If you're into that kind of thing, you can get a little sample of it over on the channel. We did. We watched a bunch of Jim Can't Swim videos and talked about it. I am going to be breaking down in a very laid back way the interrogation of Stephanie Lazarus. So look that up if you've never heard of her. She's the lady who always has to check her pictures because it was a million years ago. A cop that killed a lady. We'll be talking about that and any other random stuff that wouldn't quite be true to dweeb's brand that I might just want to spout off about. You can go find me at Kev Nevick on YouTube. And I will also say this. Subscribe to Clout Route. There will be some things going on over there soon as well. So that's it.
Never heard of
long
it.
spiel.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, never heard of it.
And then like I said, we'll be back Wednesday, 9 p.m. talking the newest episode of Skeleton Crew. I will be back next Monday. Could be solo, could have friends. I don't know. The Thing Remastered just launched on Steam. There you go.
Yes. So, okay. Well, there we go. No pressure, whatever. Oh, goodness. Yes.
Shout out. You guys in the chat. You've been fucking fantastic tonight. We'll be back this Wednesday, 9 p.m. Till next time, folks, we shall see you.